It's Tuesday, August 20th, 2024, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. A massive data breach at National Public Data exposes billions of records, highlighting the risks of data aggregation. The Pentagon proposes CMMC rules for contractors. ConnectWise supports MSPs in achieving compliance. And Apple complies with EU regulations, granting NFC secure element access to developers in iOS 18.1. This is the business of tech. National Public Data confirmed a significant data breach that leaked names, social security numbers, and other personal information, affecting potentially billions of records. The breach is believed to have involved a third-party hacker, with data leaks occurring from late 2023 through summer 2024. NPD has cooperated with law enforcement but has not disclosed the number of affected individuals or offered compensation, advising people to monitor their credit reports. Troy Hunt has a deep dive into this breach, as it's a data aggregator and it's several partial data sets, making it particularly complicated if you're interested in diving in further to learn more. Microsoft Azure's AI HealthBot service was found to have critical vulnerabilities that allowed for privilege escalation and potential access to cross-tenant resources. These issues, identified by Tenable Research, were quickly patched but highlight risks associated with chatbot security. Exploitation could have enabled attackers to manage resources belonging to other Azure customers. The vulnerabilities stem from flaws in the service's architecture, underscoring the need for secure development practices in AI, especially in the healthcare sector, which is a prime target for cybercriminals. The Hunters International Ransomware Group is targeting IT workers with a new malware called Sharp Rhino, a C# remote access Trojan that facilitates initial infections and privilege escalation. It spreads through a typo squatting site, mimicking a legitimate tool, and has been linked to notable cyber attacks against organizations like Ostula USA and Hoya. The malware modifies system settings for persistence and can execute PowerShell commands, posing significant risks. 6 ransomware gangs accounted for over 50% of attacks in the first half of the year, with Lockbit 3.0 leading with 325 victims. Other notable gangs include Play, 8base, Akira, Black Basta, and Medusa. Despite law enforcement efforts to disrupt the groups, ransomware infections have increased, and new strains like BrainCipher have emerged, indicating a persistent and evolving threat landscape. And this year, ransomware costs have surged, with the largest known payment reaching $75 million. The median ransom payment has increased dramatically from $200,000 in early 2023 to $1.5 million the middle of this year. Why do we care? Given that NPD is a data aggregator, this breach's impact is magnified by the aggregation of multiple data sets, making it difficult to assess the full extent of the damage. The fact that this breach went on for several months before being detected raises serious concerns about the adequacy of monitoring and security measures in place at data aggregators. And why should they? What laws and consequences do they face? And be warned about ransomware groups targeting IT. Trinity Cyber brings MSPs a revolutionary new capability to grow your business and improve your margins. Trinity Cyber's world-class threat analysis team works 24/7 to deeply inspect customer traffic in context. Trinity Cyber stops threats before they even enter your clients' networks, and they do the hunting and event triaging to save you money. Here's what Wayne Porter, owner of MSP Allegheny Computer Services, has to say.
Trinity Cyber is a true game changer for MSPs. It's more affordable, it provides fewer false positives, and it costs less.
Let their threat intelligence experts work for you around the clock to reduce your workload. Visit trinitycyber.com/MSP4 to learn about their discounted MSP pricing options. The Pentagon has released proposed rules to incorporate Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, or CMMC, requirements into the contracting process. featuring a 3-year phased rollout. Contractors will need to either self-assess or obtain third-party certification based on data sensitivity, with compliance required at the time of contract award. By the end of the rollout, 35% of contractors handling sensitive data will need a Level 2 certification, while 65% will require a Level 1 self-assessment. The comment period for the proposed rule ends on October 14th, 2024. And speaking of CMMC, ConnectWise has announced its commitment to assist providers in achieving CMMC Level 2 compliance by 2025. The company plans to implement a staged adherence strategy, including achieving compliance in a separate AWS environment, evaluating Level 3 requirements, and providing hosted CMMC-compliant products. A key quote, "With our hosted solution across the company's solutions, MSPs can easily access and leverage our CMMC-compliant products, empowering them to navigate the complexities of CMMC2 with confidence." End quote. Why do we care? I'm a touch worried about misguided providers thinking that if their tool providers achieve CMMC compliance, that they too will get this by some kind of osmosis. This rule compliance is a primary concern for the providers and should absolutely be done in coordination with their vendors. So kudos to ConnectWise for doing their part. I'm just a bit concerned about this kind of potential positioning. And if you have comments on the requirements, well, now is your time. Apple is opening NFC access to third-party developers in iOS 18.1, allowing them to implement using the iPhone secure element. Developers can create apps for various uses, including payments, transit fares, and IDs, using the secure element for security. This decision follows a legal agreement with European commissioners to comply with EU regulations. Developers must enter a commercial agreement with Apple and pay fees to access the NFC functionality, which will be available in the US, EU, and several other countries. Apple Pay and Apple Wallet will still be available alongside these new systems. Why do we care? By allowing third-party developers to access the iPhone's NFC secure element, Apple is significantly expanding the potential use cases for NFC technology on its devices. There's opportunity to deliver solutions to customers who might want larger NFC deployment using the device that's already in everyone's pocket. This feels like a notable, valuable unlock. Thanks for listening. Today is National Bacon Lovers Day. Not Bacon Day, but the day for lovers of bacon. And you can end your day by celebrating the National Chocolate Pecan Pie Day. Have a question you want answered? Take those questions, send them in to question@mspradio.com. We'll have a lively live show tomorrow, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and LinkedIn, as I'm joined by Ryan Morris and Seth Robinson for a roundtable discussion. And if you got a comment or a thought on a story, put it in the comments if you're on YouTube, or reach out on LinkedIn if you're listening to the podcast. Talk to you again tomorrow, twice.
The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you like the content, please make sure to hit that like button, follow, or subscribe. It's free and easy, and the best way to support the show and help us grow. You can also check out our Patreon, where you can join the Business of Tech community at patreon.com/MSP Radio, or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Finally, if you're interested in advertising on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening to me, and I will talk to you again on our next episode of the Business of Tech.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.